Discuss more of the headlines. We're going to start with the football, Giles. Obviously, England managed to get a great victory last night. Not so great for the Scots on Friday, of course. That was a brutal opener against the Germans. Apparently, 1 million Brits are going to be phoning in sick today because they've got a hangover.
Well, I've seen the source for this. It's the Daily Star. So I'm putting this...
Sounds hugely reliable.
Exactly.
Yes,
How can they predict this? I have to tell you, Jude Bellingham would not have been scoring if he had been drinking all night. And we need to use the role model. He is at 20 years of age. I suspect he's going to be one of these people that in 10 years' time we will still have heard of. Most footballers come and go, but I think he's got staying power and leadership qualities. From all I hear about him, he's been like that since he was a boy, since he was first picked for England, aged about 13.
It is nuts that he's only 20.
It's incredible, isn't it?
And there was so much kind of... He was such a playmaker last night, and obviously all the focus is on him, maybe even as well in the absence of Jack Grealish, who I know is every housewife's favourite.
Oh, I'm sorry
He's not that. I'm a bit sad about it, Ben, I've got to be honest.
From me as well.
Is Jude too young for you to sort of
I think
have
Jude's
complicated...
too young. Well, I'm 46, I think that'd be slightly
No,
odd.
we don't believe that. God, the lighting really works well in here, doesn't it?
But,
yes, a wonderful night of celebration, but it's no excuse for not turning up for work today.
So you still have to go?
Well, it's so obvious, isn't it, as well?
Very obvious.
I mean, there was... night drinking.
Yeah, there was...
30 million pints were consumed.
Good Lord.
So, you know, that's going to have an impact, Giles.
It is going to have an impact. Can you imagine I was going to say the sewage system in this country working overtime on a Sunday night? Well, there you go.
But there's also been office workers that have been caught in the past on the big screen back in 2020. She called in sick and she was spotted celebrating a Harry Kane.
You've got to be careful.
You've got to be very careful.
on social media and things.
You've got to tell the truth, in fact. It's quite a line, maybe, to phone up and say, I'm sorry, it was so exciting last night, I got carried away, I'm not fit for work, but I'd be happy to be working extra from home this Saturday. That's the line to take.
OK. As long as there isn't another England match.
Well, England match on Thursday, which might have an impact on Friday as well.
5 p.m, so it's a bit earlier, Ben, so you might have to be leaving work early rather than
Fortunately, we don't work Fridays.
But you know, in some countries, like Germany, I think, they allow you to take cannabis.
Yes.
To watch the Euros.
Well, that's what they're talking about.
There were clashes. I mean, sadly, there were clashes pre-kick-off yesterday with the Serbian fans. I know there's been some arrests. And we'd already talked about the fact that for this match, because the police were concerned about some of the activity between the fans, that the drinks were lower alcohol levels to try and help in some way. But it is the law in Germany where you can possess 25 grams or less of cannabis in public. And they're trying to suggest that the fans maybe smoke a bit more cannabis rather than drink the beer.
Apparently, this is what they're doing. They're preloading at home, where you are allowed to have 50 grams of cannabis at home for private consumption. So you preload, you then go out with your extra 25 grams, and you feel relaxed, and you feel uninhibited. That is the danger, and you do consequently stupid things.
But also, I mean, those scenes of people throwing around chairs and tables, I mean, that's somebody's cafe. Like, what are you doing? It's so embarrassing.
Really...
By the way, I'm sorry, we don't have these scenes at the rugby, the tennis, the cycling. We don't have it anywhere else, but football fans just going completely loopy.
So maybe the German suggestion, the German police saying maybe smoke a bit more cannabis rather than just drink all the beer, means people will be...
Or just exercise self-control and be polite to people. I mean, it's just... I know it's an unusual concept.
I think the excessive consumption is a bad idea because football is one of the places where people introduce their children to the sport, and it could be and should be a family event. And so you don't want violence there.
No. Absolutely
all agreement with that.
Absolutely not. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.